when you've been in bed at night, and tell us a bit about some of the experiences that meditation has allowed you to have.
Well, when I was in my early 20s, I went through like a massive contraction experience, which was like a big dollop of trauma and fear. And so my whole energetic system, which was not completely closed down, which was relatively open and normal like most people. I mean, I had stuff going on, but overnight, from this experience I went through, the whole energetic system contracted down, and I spent years in a state of like deep, intense suffering and contraction. So then when I started meditating, and that contraction was based on a lot of thinking and emotion, this loop of thinking and emotion, which kept my energetic system really contracted down into this tight suffering space, like this place of inner turmoil and suffering. So then when I started meditating, what happened is the meditation started softening the thinking mind, and in that contraction would start opening up. And so through meditation, I would start opening. And in that opening, because it was so contracted for so long, in that opening, I would feel these like blissful, immense experiences, which I might call spiritual experiences, but more just energetic experiences. And it's like, if you've got a shoe that is on really, really tight, and it's been on really, really tight for years, you kind of get used to having this really tight shoe on, and when you take it off, it's just like, oh my God, like, wow, the relief. So the experiences I've had, even big experiences, which I might have described to you or whatever, is really just the contraction of suffering, the contraction and density of the ego just softening and opening out. And I like to call it like a return to my childlike nature, because when I was a child, I lived in what I remember now as a kind of heaven-like world. And I think a lot of people do this when we're kids. We live in this world of wonder, and everything's glorious, and the sun feels different, and the birds seem different, and the smell of your garden seems different, and everything is just different. It's like this world of wonder and joy, like heaven. And then when you become adults, this contraction happens, the ego gets put in place and something contracts down. And then we lose that sense of wonder and that sense of joy. But then when we start meditating, that ego, which is the thought-made self in the head, starts to soften, and our energetic system starts to open up. And then we start to perceive the world more like we did when we were children. And so for me, meditation is a return to my childlike state, my childlike way of being. And you keep your adult faculties of being able to function in the world as an adult, yet that childlike joy and wonder and the experience of experiencing this world in a kind of more heavenly way comes back online. Yeah.